I know you gotta ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing. But I know I get you have to answer those questions.
Kevin Durant is trending again, and this time it's not about a trade, it's not about a playoff loss, it's about an anonymous account on X that went viral criticizing his teammates. The post spread fast, NBA pages picked it up, fans were convinced that it was actually Kevin Durant's burner account, and then Kevin Durant responded. He called it nonsense, but the real story isn't about the account. The story is people actually believed it immediately, and that reaction might have made the situation even worse. The account posted criticism about multiple players, current Rockets teammates like Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Sengun, and former teammates like Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, Stephen Curry, and Devin Booker. Once the screenshot started circulating, the narrative formed instantly. Fans assumed Durant was unhappy that he was blaming his teammates again, and with all the screenshots that's going around, it seems like history is repeating itself. Major NBA pages reposted it, reaction channels covered it. The story took off before any confirmation existed, and that's when Kevin Durant stepped in. He basically denied everything and called it Twitter nonsense and said he's focused on basketball. But by that point, the narrative already had momentum. Because in today's NBA, the denial doesn't spread as fast as accusations. Once a story fits in the existing narrative, it moves on its own. And that's where Kevin Durant's situation becomes different from most superstars. This didn't go viral because of proof, it went viral because it felt believable. And that feeling comes from a perception that followed Kevin Durant for almost a decade. Earlier in his career, Durant was viewed very differently. In OKC, he was quiet, focused, and respected. The conversation was simple. He was one of the best players in the league. Then came 2016. He joined a 73-win Warriors team that had just eliminated him the year before. From that moment on, the perception changed. He went from humble superstar to controversial figure. Every decision became a storyline. Every reaction became a headline. And when Durant began to engage with fans online, that perception only grew stronger. Transparency created a reputation, whether it was fair or not. What made the situation different is how quickly the media ecosystem reacted. Within hours, the screenshots were everywhere. YouTube videos, Twitter threads, debate shows. Some outlets didn't present it as a question, they presented it as another example of Kevin Durant being frustrated with his situation. And that kind of coverage matters because once mainstream NBA media treats a story as believable, the public stop asking if it's true. The conversation shifts from did this happen to why is KD unhappy again, even though he denied the entire thing. The reason this spreads so easily is simple. It fits the existing storyline. Since 2016, Durant has been labeled as too sensitive, too reactive, and also paying attention to the outside noise. So when an anonymous account criticizes teammates, people connect the dots instantly, even without evidence. That's the power of narrative. We saw the same pattern in Brooklyn. Despite elite performances, the conversation focused on leadership, chemistry, and stability. Even when Durant nearly carried that team by himself in the 2021 playoffs, the perception didn't change. Because once a narrative sticks, it rarely resets. And situations like this make the problem even bigger. Because even when the story is false, it reinforces the image. Now the conversation isn't just about a fake account, it's about trust. Fans are asking, is he happy? Does he believe in this roster? Is something happening behind the scenes? That speculation affects how teammates are viewed, it affects the locker room perception, and it creates pressure around a situation that may not even exist. That's how a viral rumor can create real consequences. At this point, Kevin Durant's career exists in two lanes. Lane 1 is basketball. One of the greatest scorers ever, elite efficiency, championship success, and longevity at the highest level. Lane 2 is the conversation. Social media narratives, leadership debates, speculation about his mindset, and sometimes Lane 2 gets more attention than the actual performance, which is rare for a player of his caliber. This situation says less about Kevin Durant and more about the modern NBA environment. A random account posts criticism, the entire internet assumes it's him. The media reacts, the story spreads, Durant denies it, and the narrative continues anyway. At some point, the question stops being what did Kevin Durant do and becomes what do people expect Kevin Durant to be? Because right now, his message is simple. It's not me, it's fake, I just want to play basketball. And somehow, that's still not enough to stop the story. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.